This is Donald Trump speaking, and I am speaking clearly today. I am talking directly to Tinubu's government. I am not sending messages through people. I am not hiding behind statements. I am saying it myself, so nobody can say they did not hear me. For a long time, I watched this situation. I listened. I waited. I hoped the right thing would be done. But nothing changed. Nnamdi Kanu is still being held. He is still locked up. And this is not right. I have said this before, and I will say it again. Keeping one man in detention for this long does not bring peace. It does not bring unity. It only creates more anger and more pain. I believe in freedom. I have always believed in freedom. People should be allowed to speak, even when leaders do not like what they say. When a government refuses to listen, someone must speak louder. That is what I am doing now. I am telling Tinubu's government very clearly, release Nnamdi Kanu. This is not a request anymore. This is a demand. I have warned you many times. Each time, you ignored it. Each time, you acted like the world was not watching. But the world is watching now. I do not hate Nigeria. Let me say that clearly. I respect Nigeria. I respect the people. I respect the culture. I respect the strength of the nation. This is not about the people. This is about leadership. When leaders refuse to do what is right, pressure must come. That is how change happens. I have power, and I use power when justice is being blocked. I am saying this openly now. If the Nigerian government continues to refuse to release Nnamdi Kanu, I will keep sending the US military to bomb some parts of Nigeria. I do not enjoy saying this. I do not wake up wanting conflict. I prefer peace. But peace cannot exist where justice is locked away. This action is not meant to destroy the country. It is meant to force the government to listen. I know some people will say this is too strong. They will say I should be quiet. But I have never been quiet when I believe something is wrong. I have always acted. That is who I am. This is not a joke. This is not politics as usual. This is serious. Every day Nnamdi Kanu remains in detention is another day the Nigerian government chooses conflict over peace. You still have time. You still have a choice. You can release him today. You can end this tension. You can show the world that Nigeria respects law and human rights. But if you continue to ignore this, I will continue to act. I will not stop sending pressure. I will not stop speaking. I will not stop using every tool available to me. I want this message to be understood clearly, without confusion. This is not against Nigeria as a nation. This is against injustice. This is against silence. This is against leaders who think they can do anything without consequences. I have dealt with many governments. I have dealt with many leaders. The ones who listen avoid problems. The ones who refuse always face pressure. This situation can end very easily. Release Nnamdi Kanu. When that happens, the pressure stops. When that happens, peace has a chance. When that happens, history will remember that the right choice was finally made. But if you choose to ignore this again, the responsibility will be on you. I am not forcing you. I am warning you. I am putting everything on the table so there are no excuses later. I have said exactly what I mean. I am watching closely. The world is watching closely. This is your moment to act. Free Nnamdi Kanu. This is still me speaking, Donald Trump. I want the world to understand that I am not alone in this matter. When I spoke about Nnamdi Kanu, other leaders listened. They did not laugh. They did not ignore it. They understood why this issue matters. One of those leaders is President William Ruto of Kenya. President Ruto knows Africa. He knows what happens when leaders refuse to listen to their people. He believes that holding one man for too long creates fear, not peace. He told me clearly that justice delayed is justice denied. He said Africa cannot grow if voices are locked away. Ruto supports the call for Nnamdi Kanu to be released. He believes dialogue is better than force. He believes peace comes when leaders respect the law. He does not want conflict. He wants understanding. But he also believes silence helps no one. That is why he supports my stand. He said leaders must be brave enough to do what is right, even when it is difficult. He said this issue is bigger than one country. He said it is about how governments treat their people. I listened to him, and I agreed. Another leader who supports this call is President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. He is young, but he is bold. He does not speak like someone who is afraid. He believes Africa must stop copying old ways that bring pain. He believes leaders should protect their people, not silence them. Traoré said keeping Nnamdi Kanu locked up only increases anger. He said anger does not disappear when you lock a door. He said it grows stronger. He supports the call for release because he believes freedom reduces tension. He believes dialogue builds peace. He believes fear destroys nations. Traoré told me that African leaders must learn to listen before problems grow too big. He said this case sends a bad message to young people. He said it tells them that speaking out leads to punishment. He does not agree with that message. That is why he stands with this call. These two leaders come from different places. They lead different countries. But they agree on one thing. Injustice should not be protected. Silence should not be rewarded. When leaders like this speak, the world pays attention. This is no longer one voice. This is many voices asking the same question. Why is Nnamdi Kanu still being held? I also listened to the words of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. The lawyer spoke with calm and clarity. He did not shout. He did not insult anyone. He spoke about the law. He spoke about court orders. He spoke about fairness. He said the law should be respected, even when it is uncomfortable. He said no government is above the law. I listened carefully. What he said made sense. When courts speak, governments should listen. When governments refuse, trust disappears. I agree with him. When the law is ignored, peace becomes impossible. This lawyer is not asking for chaos. He is asking for justice. He is asking for the rule of law. That is a simple request. With voices like these speaking, this issue cannot be hidden anymore. It is no longer quiet. It is no longer small. The world is paying attention. When leaders support justice, pressure grows. When pressure grows, choices must be made. I want Tinubu's government to understand this clearly. This is not an attack on Nigeria. This is not hatred. This is a call to do the right thing. Ruto wants peace. Traoré wants dignity. The lawyer wants justice. And I want action. All these voices are saying the same thing. Release Nnamdi Kanu. This problem does not need force. It needs courage. It needs honesty. It needs leadership. History will not remember excuses. History will remember decisions. This is the moment to choose peace over pride. The support is clear. The message is clear. The world is listening. This is still me speaking, Donald Trump. I want to speak clearly now, and I want everyone to understand every word. I have listened carefully to the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu. I did not rush to speak. I did not jump to conclusions. I took my time. The lawyer spoke in a calm way. He did not insult anyone. He did not shout. He did not beg. He spoke with facts. He spoke with law. He spoke with confidence. He said that court orders were made. He said those orders were clear. He said those orders were ignored. He said when a government ignores the law becomes weak. And when the law becomes weak, fear takes over. He said this case is no longer just about one man. He said it is about whether the law still matters. He said justice cannot survive where leaders pick which laws to follow. I listened to every word. And I agreed. I have dealt with lawyers all my life. I know when someone is speaking nonsense. This lawyer was not doing that. He was speaking the truth as he saw it. He was defending the idea of law. He was defending fairness. He was defending justice. That is something I respect. He said releasing Nnamdi Kanu will not destroy Nigeria. He said it will reduce tension. He said it will calm anger. He said it will open the door for dialogue. He said holding him longer only keeps wounds open. These words stayed with me. They made sense. When a problem continues for too long, it grows. When a wound is covered but not treated, it gets worse. That is what is happening here. I want Tinubu's government to understand this clearly. This is not about pride. This is not about who wins. This is not about showing power. This is about doing what is right before it is too late. I am not enjoying this situation. I do not enjoy pressure. I do not enjoy tension. I prefer peace. I prefer calm. But peace does not come from silence. Peace comes from action. Peace comes from fairness. I am saying this clearly now. You still have a choice. You still have time. No one is forcing your hand. But every choice has a result. If you choose to release Nnamdi Kanu, this story changes. The pressure reduces. The anger cools down. The world sees Nigeria in a better light. Dialogue can begin. Healing can start. But if you choose to ignore this again, the pressure will not stop. It will grow. Voices will get louder. Questions will increase. And the damage will spread. I am not saying this to scare anyone. I am saying this to be honest. When leaders refuse to act, others step in. That is how the world works. I have always been direct. I do not hide my words. I do not dress them up. I say what I mean. And I mean this. I will keep using pressure until something changes. I will not pretend everything is fine. I will not look away. I will not stay silent. This is not personal. This is about justice. This is about the rule of law. This is about showing that no one is above the law. Not even the government. I want the Nigerian people to hear me clearly. This is not against you. I respect your strength. I respect your voice. I respect your future. This is about leadership choices. This is about a moment in history. Moments like this define nations. They show whether leaders listen or ignore. They show whether power is used wisely or badly. I have seen many leaders face moments like this. Some choose the right path. Some choose the hard path. The right path always brings peace in the end. I am giving this message openly so there is no confusion. So no one can say they were not warned. So no one can say they did not understand. I am asking for one clear action. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Let the law speak. Let justice breathe. Let peace have a chance. This problem does not need force. It needs courage. It needs humility. It needs leadership. I have said everything I need to say. There are no hidden meanings. There are no secret messages. This is my final word on this matter. The world is watching. History is watching. What you do next will be remembered. Choose wisely. Free Nnamdi Kanu.